Welcome and thank you for coming back to the Nolan series. Today we're talking about Inception, which I was fortunate enough to have just watched in IMAX. It was of course directed by Christopher Nolan and stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ellen Page, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Marion, Cotillard, among many others. It's my favorite film from my favorite director of all time. Let's talk about it. Dom Cobb, the foremost practitioner of the artistic science of extraction, inserting oneself into a subject's dream to obtain hidden information without the subject knowing, joins a team together to get information at the behest of Saito, played by Caine Watanabe, in order to, in exchange, get a ticket back into his life in the United States with his kids because of something tragic that happened in the past. Now, of course, with every one of these reviews, we will get into spoilers, but I will warn you in advance before we really dive into those specific big ones. Now, I've seen Inception numerous times for the past 10 years. I did watch it back in 2010, but if you had a gun to my head, if you had me strapped in a chair and you pointed a gun to my head and asked me to tell you why I didn't watch Inception in theaters back in 2010, I wouldn't be able to answer you. I seriously have no idea, but watching it tonight in IMAX on a big screen, 10 years on its anniversary, it holds up beautifully, visually speaking. The cinematography by Wally is phenomenal. The ways Nolan finds to tell this story so creatively different in every layer of the dreams, but in the reality scenes as well, is fantastic. It's so refreshing to see a filmmaker that constantly challenges not only his audience, but himself, because the creation behind every layer of the dreams in this film is extremely detailed and intricate. The performances are fantastic as well, all around. Every person has a very specific, different part, but it's made clear how they are important to the team. And I love seeing that every character is resourceful and is able to think on their feet and is able to think for themselves, further proving how much of a necessary part of this team they are from beginning to end. And let's talk about the obvious part, which I haven't talked yet in my Nolan series because I'm not reviewing the Batman film specifically just yet, but Hans Zimmer's score. It's probably top 3 favorite scores of Hans Zimmer for me. It is emotionally charged, even at the beginning when you still don't know what is exactly going on, emotionally speaking, with these characters. What is Dom's tragic backstory? What really happened with him? Why can't he see his kids? From the very beginning, there's an emotional subnote, let's call it that, going through the score of Hans Zimmer. He really lets these characters breathe and the scenes show the emotion only for him to enhance it and not command the emotion that should be shown by the actors, by the writing, by the scene itself. Now we're going into heavy spoilers from now on. I'm going into themes and what the ending might mean and everything going into this film. So if you have not seen Inception, if you have a theater near you that is open right now, it is probably playing Inception, so please do yourself the biggest of favors and go watch it. So much like the movie itself and the dreams in the movie itself, the twist in this film actually has several layers. Turns out the tragic backstory is that Dom's wife, Mal, killed herself. She believed reality to have been a dream after they spent 50 years in dream time in a dream living a seemingly perfect life, and she couldn't bear it when she came back to reality and everything was not at her command. Now that's already a dagger to the heart, but near the end, as Ariadne and Dom are going down yet to another level to rescue Robert Fisher and Saito on Dom's world, on Dom's dream, it is revealed that Dom knew all along that the inception in this film would work because he incepted his wife. He convinced her while they were in the dream that nothing was real, and so she could not believe that any world was real even after they got out into reality. It is an absolutely classically written tragic character. Not only Dom himself, but Mal as well. And having seen the film before tonight, watching it on the biggest screen possible, the emotionally fueled narrative behind this character was only supercharged even more, because knowing what happened, looking at the little tweaks that DiCaprio delivers in his performance, brings a tear to your eye, to be honest. Because throughout the film you can sense this character kind of holding back what he's letting out, not only in his conversations with other characters when he doesn't want to talk about what really happened, but also in his conversations with his wife, in his subconscious. And now to address the absolutely discussed for over 10 years ending of the film, the spinning top who doesn't stop spinning. Is it a dream? Is it a reality? I think the whole point of the last shot is precisely the discussion that has been happening for the past 10 years. I don't think either side is wrong. I don't think either side is right. Let's think about a conversation that Dom has with Ariadne when he's explaining to her how dreams work.
Let me ask you a question. You never really remember the beginning of a dream, do you? You always wind up right in the middle of what's going on.
I guess, yeah.
So how did we end up here?
Well, we just came from the,
Think about it, Ariadne. How did you get here? Where are you right now?
In many ways, that is how a film works. And Nolan has several interviews about this, even in the making of Inception itself. He's talking about this, how the mechanics of dreams are very similar to the mechanics of movies. When a scene starts in a movie, things are already happening. A character is already going to meet the other. They already have a purpose. They have a point. You're in, you're out. That's precisely how you learn to make a film and what a scene is supposed to do. Dreams are very similar to that. Dom explains so in the actual film. So when you have a film that is about dreams, and when you have mechanics in movies that work very similar to the mechanics of actual dreams that we have in real life, I think it's meant to be ambiguous. It's not meant to give us a clear answer. Another layer to all this is that the crew in Inception, the movie, is very similar to a film crew. Dom is the director. Arthur is the producer, Ariadne is the production designer, Eames is the actor, Fisher himself represents the audience. It has these layers of meta film and meta cinema that actually help us immerse into the film even more. Something that I already talked about in my Prestige review, something that I kind of feel Nolan doubled down on this, again because the mechanics of film and dreams are extremely similar. Not forgetting that I don't think it's a coincidence that DiCaprio and Nolan look eerily similar in this film. Not only the hairstyle, but the hair color, the way they dress. Nolan is mostly always in a suit when directing. So the point of the film is not for us to decipher what is a dream and what is reality. It is to be decisively ambiguous and for us to have this proper discussion. Nolan is able to narratively give Inception an intimate feel while visually make it epic in scope. It's intricate, challenging, and it is emotional to watch from the first second to the last. To this day, I love this movie so much. You guys know I love Nolan. You guys know I love all of his films. Inception to me is still on another level. Nolan plays with time, it plays with layers, it plays with the meta nature of dreams and a film being about dreams. It's an unrivaled achievement, to say the least. And as you might expect, I'm giving Inception an A+. Now, my beautiful geeks, what did you think about Inception? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you have a theater near you that is playing it, and are you going to see it? Please be safe, wear a mask, be socially distant, and take all the precautions necessary. But if you can, and you find yourself able to do so, please do. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be continuing the Nolan series next week with Interstellar, right before Tenet comes out. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. So until the next video, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video because it really helps me and the channel out. But most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other and love the movies.